Okay, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the SAA, and before we start the meeting, I would like to invite you all to pay attention to this video. All right. I hope the video is clear for everybody here. And now I would like to welcome to the virtual stage our beloved President Benjamin Whitaker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Welcome. And again, welcome all guests. And again, let's thank Robin Chan for that wonderful video. It's amazing. We have people from many different places so far today. And our guest Pandu has returned. Thank you, Pandu, for returning. Welcome back.
Thank you.
All right. And again, we have people from many different clubs helping us out. A little bit of background about Bhinneka. Of course, our club values are as simple as ABC. We appreciate our club members, we build each other up, and celebrate our successes. We're all over Indonesia. We're essentially worldwide. We've had guests from as well. The concept everyone seems to said, I want to introduce our Toastmaster visiting us all the way from Indonesia, right? But he's helpful, right? All the way in Surabaya. It's actually 45 minutes from Bali on flights, so not too far from me. But our little guest here, Prawantu, please share your roles of baton for us today.
Okay, thank you, President, for introducing me. I'm here today for being the Tom, or maybe in the general, it's like a MC, Master of Ceremony. So I will help to run the meeting smoothly by pay attention to the agenda, and also will call the next road taker, for example. And in Toastmaster, actually, we will have 3 sessions: prepare speech session, table topic session, and evaluation session. So if you are a member, you can participate to these 3 sessions. But if you are a guest, don't worry. We are so generous. So we can give you a slot for table topic speech. And for today's, we will have the theme healthy lifespan. Actually, I don't know why they choose me to be this Tom for today, because my life is not that healthy. I love eating Indomie, I love MSG, I love spicy, and actually when I got positive, I eat a lot of soto, rawon, sambal, and etc. So it's like, how come they make me as a Tom? But for today, maybe they want to teach me to live more healthier. So I think it's really important, even though the food were delicious, enjoying unhealthy life is enjoyable, but I think we need to pay attention, try to reduce that bad habit. That's why today we will have this kind of theme. And for the word of the day, it will be longevity. And it's like punishment for me. Purwanto, you need to have a great longevity or something like that. Longevity is like the period of life, and you want to have that longer, so you need to have more healthy lifestyle, something like that. I think the grammarian will help me to explain much better than me. And that's all from me. I will call the general evaluator, because in Toastmaster, evaluation is one of the best session because we want to improve ourselves. And by having general evaluator, we can know what we have made during the meeting and we can improve for next. Okay, our GE, Toastmaster Pipit, your time.
Thank you so much for the smooth introduction, Toastmaster of the meeting, Purwanto. Now, you said earlier that you have really bad lifestyle, right? This is exactly why we chose you. So you can change your mind and learn with us how to have better lifestyle. And this year, I read a really good book, and one particular lesson that I found valuable about from this book about lifestyle is, if we have time to brush our teeth, then we should have time to also take care of our body, right? So we brush our teeth, we take care of our teeth. Why not exercise at the same time after brushing your teeth, something like that, right? But sometimes I don't do it, but it's good to know, in my opinion. So that's one tip that I will share with you, and I will expect everyone to share their tips. One tip, everyone will be required to share one tip about what you have heard before to make your lifestyle healthier, with the end goal of having, long longevity. Yeah. All right. So let me call the first poll taker, who is our counter. And today's counter is Marindra Dika. But before explaining about your job, Marindra Dika, share one tip to make your life longer. You're still muted. Rendra, you're still muted.
Okay. I am now presenting something about counter stuff. Well, before I explain to you all about my task, I will be answering what PPIT is us. So basically, my sites, if I were trying my best to have a very good longevity, if I may say like that, just stay happy, because actually happiness is something about your battleground in mind. Well, you have to choose to feed your mind with things that makes you happy. Well, of course, in a life you will find things that make you worry, afraid, discouraged, frustrations. But hey, it is you, your skill, that decides which stage will be to your focus. If you focus on those things that make you downgraded yourself, deteriorate yourself, well, it's not that way. So you have better feel to see things. For example, joining Toastmaster. Joining Toastmaster, one of the 1,000 ways that I'm choosing to make myself a little bit happy. Why? Because I love speaking English. I love speaking French. Apparently, I cannot find the club of French language, or even if I can join, my French skill is already downgraded like kindergarten student. So I can't speak like this. So that's why it is one of options to be still happy. So this is one of the ways, and I think you have your own. And now I would like to explain my task. Ladies and gentlemen, as a counter, my job will be counting the lexical and non-lexical that you were using during speech in these meetings. For example, you are saying like this. So, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Okay, in this sentence itself, the word so is useless. Why? It is not used. Without this, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, it's already directs to the true message itself. So we do not need the word so. So that's why if you see the in the column E at the row number 3, it is what I know, but, and then, because, okay, well, apparently all of those words that are not really needed in your sentence will be called lexical. Okay. And then for non-lexical is things that really not needed in your sentence. For example, you are, because maybe you are not well prepared, and then you say and then you repeat word, and I think, and you repeat it again because you are not well prepared, because you, what you call it, groggy in English. Like,
Groggy is actually English.
is it English? Okay, cool. So that's why you're repeating that. Let's not use it. I mean, it's not needed. It's not necessary there. So I will be counted. So you pay attention for those words that you're using in this meeting, because I will count it. Tempted to use it, you better quiet. It is safe, because quiet is not counted here. There's no quiet
There's a long pause. Long pause
column or
is
rows
included.
to be counted.
Yeah.
So you, yeah. Long pause, where's long pause? Not yet.
It's somewhere
Not
there.
yet there.
But
So I will
Rendra,
maybe need to add long pause. Okay.
yeah, it's time to
No.
go to the next particular.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I think my part as explaining my job, I think. Right?
Yes, yes.
So I give the control back to, I think, GE. GE is
Yes,
yours.
GE. But there is also long pause there. I think.
Yeah, I need to add.
All right.
Okay, long pause.
So thank you. Now let's go to our next role taker, who is our grammarian. And our grammarian is imported from Malaysia, right? And then before sharing your job as a grammarian, please share one tip how to have longer longevity.
Thank you very much, Madam General Evaluator. Ladies and gentlemen, one tip that I would like to share with everybody in this room on how to live longer is to have a pretty smile and as well as good jokes. And because why? You see, have a pretty smile, Madam General Evaluator also smile. And it's contagious. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to move 600 of your nerves, just of smiling. And why jokes, you might wonder. Jokes is something going to make another 600 of your nerve going to move all around and make you feel better every single day. And now, Indomie, Sotomi, it's nothing better than the jokes. While you eat, you make the jokes, it's going to be good. And ladies and gentlemen, I am your grammarian today. And as well with that, I am going to share my knowledge in English and as well to share you some tips and tricks on how to become better in it. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, not to forget, I am also going to listen on everybody who is going to speak, whether they are in the meeting involved, coincidentally, or they should talk. And what I'm going to do, listen and see which one is correct, which one need to be corrected, and which one is good to be shared with everybody. And ladies and gentlemen, the word of the day for today is longevity. Longevity. Now, this is a noun. If you might wonder what it is a noun, longevity. And it defined as the first one, a long duration of individual life, and as well as the length of life. And then the other definition of it is long continuance, meaning to say it's somehow permanent and somehow it is a durable thing. Now, ladies and gentlemen, how to use it in sentence? You might wonder, and this is it, how you're going to use it. The first one, how to say a long durations of individual life. The member of that family are noted for their longevity, meaning to say everybody in their family members live longer than normal human being. Maybe they're not normal, I don't know. Maybe they are the werewolf or the Twilight member. And then the second way to use it in sentences to say it length of life, a study of longevity, right? A study of longevity. Now, the last but not least, to use it on long continuance, longevity in office is also an asset. Longevity in office is also an asset. Now, ladies and gentlemen, to wrap up my session today, as briefing as grammarian, may I request everybody to unmute yourself and together with me to say the word of the day for today once, together with me. So ladies and gentlemen, may you unmute yourself? Okay, I can see everybody unmuting themselves. Thank you. All right, till the count 3.
Longevity.
Oh,
Sorry.
that's so
3,
fast.
right?
Okay, I count. Okay, number 3, we say it together. 1, 2, 3. Longevity.
Longevity.
Thank you very much. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Kayum, for explaining about the word of the day, but also how to use it in a sentence, and particularly for mentioning my family who has longevity. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. And for, of course, everyone wants to have longevity, and I hope they also run in your family. Actually, I'm pretty happy. My grandma lived until 91 and my grandpa until 99. So I have a huge pressure that I have to be able to, aspire to be like that. Yes. Now let's go to our next role taker, who is our timer. And before explaining about the role, please share one tip how to achieve longevity.
Okay, good evening, fellow Toastmaster, and guests. Related to our tone today, how to live longer, I remember quote, "You are what you think and what you eat." Yeah, you are what you think and what you eat. So perhaps based on that quote, we can focus on what we think by positive thinking and be happy. And what you eat for our tone, don't worry. You eat a lot of noodle, Indomie, yeah, but you can balance. After you eat noodle, you can eat a lot of vegetable and fruit. So don't worry if you eat noodle or super me Indomie. That's from me. Okay, as a timer, my role is to time all of the speaker, such as double topic, and prepare speech and individual evaluations. And I also alert each speaker by the time they have left using green. Okay, wait. Okay. Using green card, yellow card, and
Sorry, while waiting for the entity, is my voice clear now? Because I got.
yeah, okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, and sorry, that's my time. And of course, red card. Yeah, okay. For the double topic, at 1 minute, I will raise the green card. 1 minute and 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. And 2 minutes, I will raise the red card. Yes, positive thinking. And for the icebreaker, at 4 minutes, I will raise green card. 5 minutes, I will raise yellow card. And 6 minutes, I will raise the red card. And for the 5 until 7 speech minutes in length, at the 5 minutes, I will raise the green card. And at the 6 minutes, I will raise the yellow card. And 7 minutes, I will raise the red card. And for the individual evaluations, at the 2 minutes, I will raise the green card. 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. And at the 3 minutes, I will raise the red card. And I noticed at the first prepared speech this evening, we have 18 until 22 minutes. And 18 minutes, I will raise the green card. 20 minutes, yellow card. And 22 minutes, I will raise the red card. And all of the speaker will have 30-second grace period after this speech. Okay, thank you very much. Back to the GP.
Thank you so much for the clear explanation, Dian TV, also juggling between being a good mom and also serving as our timer for today. I hope my current voice is okay now because I heard someone. Yeah, all right. Thank you so much. Now let's go to our next next poll taker, who is our ballot counter / Zoom host, who is Seni. So before explaining about your job, share a tip about how to achieve longevity.
Thank you, Madam GE. Hello, everyone. It's Sunny here. How to have a longevity in my version. Okay, I think I got one. I have found one. And currently I apply it. I found this tip back in 2018 when I have friends, which is vegetarian and vegan. So yeah, they have influenced my lifestyle now. And currently I declare that I am a flexitarian. So I can eat vegetables, of course with egg. Yeah, I'm still vegetarian. I can avoid meat. So if you challenge me 1 month or 6 months vegetarian food, I can do it. So for me now, to have a longevity at least 10 years, start from let's eat the meat. It helps me much. It helps me much approve, especially for a woman like me who has gastric. So if you guys have gastric, you can try less eat meat and eat vegetable more. Okay, so for my role today, I'm helping as a Zoom host. So if you see that your screen is switched to these people and then to other one person to another person, that's my job. And also before we go into an end, I will launch a poll so you can put a love to your favorite speakers. 3 winners will get the love from all of you guys. Okay, that's all I do today. Thank you, and back to Madam GE.
Thank you so much, Seni. It's funny to mention, Seni mentioned about being a vegan, right? It's one of the longevity. Actually, my grandma was a vegan, and she didn't even know the term vegan, but I cannot try, but it's hard. I love steak so much. So it's kind of hard, but okay, thank you for the tip, Seni. We'll try our best, yeah? Now, I think that is it for our role takers. I would like to give the control to our Tom. Let's go, Tom.
Okay, thank you, GE, for helping me to introduce your team and also their responsibility during the meeting. Should I give the tips?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Should.
Everyone mentioned about the food, job, and that kind of thing. One tips from me, if your friend, your boss, your customer give you a problem, think it as spicy food. It may burn your tongue, but at the end you will think, wow, you really enjoy that. That's spicy, but it's delicious. But friend, please don't give me too much problem in this meeting, because I love spicy food, but I don't want to eat it right now. Thank you for that. And then I think we need to move to the first session of this agenda. We will have the prepare speech session. And today we will have how many speakers? 2 speakers, if I'm not mistaken. Thank you for the clarification. And the first speaker, Toastmaster Rufi Ahmad Jasuri. Are you here? I just want to make sure. Yes, he's here. I could see you. And his evaluator will be Toastmaster Robin. And I think I can give the time to Toastmaster Robin to explain a bit about Lutfi projects or speeches.
I think usually the Tom in Bhinneka, the Tom introduce the speaker, right? And,
Okay, okay, I forget because different culture. One problem already come to me. It's spicy. I enjoy it. Yeah. Let me check again. Okay. Taskmaster Rufi, he will be presenting presentation mastery. It will be project level 5. Project 2. The title, now I know. I need to present about this. And then the time will be 8 to 22 minutes. Wait, I need to check this one. Ruthie, can you help me to tell about a bit about the objective?
I WhatsApp you, Ruth. I
Oh,
WhatsApp
okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. I'm sweating now because of this spicy. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice developing and presenting a longer speech. So you just need to deliver a longer speech, and your time will be 18 to 22 minutes. I think that's all from me. Lutfi Ahmad Jasuri, now I know. Lutfi Ahmad Jasuri.
To speak and to speak well are two things. A fool might talk, but a wise man speaks. Ben Johnson. Now, why do we communicate? You can type down on the chat box if you want. Why do we need to communicate? Right. Let me check. Why do we need to communicate? Right. I'm looking for your answer first to understand. All right. Thank you, Pandu. Now, we need to communicate because it is embedded to us as a human. We cannot not communicate. That is what my lecturer says to me. For example, as a babies, we also communicate. And how do babies communicate? By crying. So every time a baby cries, you must think that this baby needs something, right? Whether that baby is hungry, whether that baby is thirsty, or maybe because of that baby is just poop. And then we need to change the diapers. So in all levels of life, no matter how old or how young we are, we communicate. We communicate to share ideas, to say what we want, or we convey to others of what we need. That is why we need to communicate. So the essence of communication is, it is a process of passing or exchanging ideas between two or more people. Now, including in foreign language, like what we do now. Now, for example, my students used to ask me, because I used to be an English teacher in senior high school. And then they asked me, how do we communicate with native speakers while we don't have enough English capabilities? And then I usually told them, the essence of communication is understanding between the two parties. So it's okay if you don't understand enough English, as long as the person that you talk to understand what you mean. For example, if you're thirsty and you need to drink, this gesture will be enough, right? It's like, I'm thirsty. Give these gestures. That is enough. Communication process happens there. So the person we talk to understands. Now, there are two types of communication. Number one is the verbal communication. Number two is non-verbal communication. The verbal communication uses words. You talk, and then with all your capabilities in words, hopefully the person you talk to understands. Number two, by non-verbal communication. The signal transmitted through facial expression, posture, eye contact, tone of voice. Now, if you think that the verbal communication is way greater than the non-verbal communication, then you're wrong. Why? Can anyone guess how many percent of the percentage of the verbal and non-verbal communication transmitted every day? Can anyone guess? Take a guess. Okay, I'll give 5% of the verbal communication and the non-verbal communication. Anyone? No guess? All right, 80% non-verbal, 20% verbal. Thank you, VTM Darlene. All right, Pandu, 50-50. All right. Now, this might be shocking, but the verbal communication, only 7%. Only 7%. And the 93% is non-verbal. So actually your facial expression and then your tone, your eyes, it delivers more than what you said. Now I'll give you a good example of how this works. So let's say I'm going out with my wife to these nice fancy restaurants, okay? And then I ask my wife, what do you want for dinner? And she just kept silent. How would you like this? She still kept silent. I keep asking questions and still she doesn't respond. No, I will not order all. Okay, but the point is, when your spouse, your girlfriend, your wife give you a silent treatment, you have to think what you did wrong to her. So that is number one rule for the boys or the men out there. Because what she's not saying or what her gesture says actually speaks louder than words. So that is why the nonverbal communication weighs 93% compared to the verbal communication. Now that is the types of communication between verbal and nonverbal. The next is between personal and interpersonal. We have two types of communication also. The personal communication is one-on-one communications. It's like when you talk to your friend, like face-to-face, just two person, that is a personal communication, right? It's more casual, it's like easy, but when we talk about the next one, but the interpersonal, this is one-to-many communication. Now that's when we need more experience. Now, any one of you knows what glossophobia means? If you know, no? Glossophobia? All right. Let me check. All right. Glossophobia is fear of public speaking. Glossophobia is derived from the word glossa, from means tongue, and phobos means fear. So glossophobia is fear of public speaking. According to a research, the fear of public speaking is number one feared activity. Some people even more fear of public speaking than death. Can you imagine? 75% of people is actually fear of public speaking. Now, why do we feel afraid of public speaking? Because from my personal point of view, three things. Number one, because you are not ready. When you're not ready, there's no way it can go up stage and then deliver a good speech when you're not ready. Number two, when you're not familiar with the subject. So if you're asking me to talk about nuclear or talk about, I don't know, geophysics, there's no way I can talk about it. But since I'm talking about communication, which is my major in university, so I guess that's not that hard. But next one is because you're scared. Because whether you have because you have personal experience in the past that makes you scared of public speaking. For example, you were being bullied by your friends when you talk in front, so that kind of things, right? So now how do we overcome the fear of public speaking? You can start by joining Toastmaster, probably joining Bhinneka Online Toastmaster. That is a good start, right, Ben? So now, okay, now we move. Now the serious answer. It's like how to overcome fear of public speaking. Number one is to be prepared, because preparation is everything. You're only preparation, preparation, and preparation. Now, for example, if you want to join like international speech contest, you need to prepare like 3 or 4 weeks before, then to make sure that you have a good speech. Now, I see how my friends is actually giving is doing a serious practice, such as Natalie and such as Fifi for the contest. So I think it's very good to make yourself ready for the contest. So preparation is number one. Now, what to prepare, right? In a speech, now we're talking about public speaking and a speech especially. There are 3 things that you need to pay attention to about the opening, body, and closing. Now, the opening is very important because the first 15 seconds is your chance to grab your audience attention. Now, you can do so by giving 2 cues. I love the cues. The first cue is questions. The second cue is quotation. So at least you need to make sure that your audience look at you at the first 15 seconds. After that, it's easier for you to deliver your speech. Now, the body is about your content, but what do you want to say to your audience? And the closing is, of course, you need to give a good closing, because the closing is as important as the opening. Make sure that the audience remember about what you said, like through your opening. So you have to give a very good closing. Next is about your materials. A friend of mine used to say, you have this KISS, keep it simple, silly. So make sure that your speech is simple, not too sophisticated, because you need to adjust your speech to your audience. For example, if you talk to the kindergarten students or to the elementary school students, of course you cannot talk with big words or sophisticated words. Make sure that you adjust your level of language to their level. So make sure that they understand. The next part that is very important when delivering a speech is your appearance. Make sure that you look good. Now, so before you go giving a speech somewhere, make sure you know the dress code that the committee requires you to do. Make sure you're not underdressed or overdressed. For example, if you're asked to give a formal speech and then you go to that place using only shorts and then t-shirts, while the other guest is wearing a tuxedo, for example. Of course, like, man, it's like, seriously? So make sure that you're not underdressed. Personally, for me, I would prefer to be overdressed than underdressed, because when you're underdressed, somehow it degrades your self-confidence. Looking at other people that are very neat and you're not that neat. So I personally, I prefer to be overdressed than underdressed. Now we're back to the body language, which is 93% when you're giving a speech. The number one that I really need to pay attention to is eye contact, because the eyes are windows to the soul. So make sure that you pay attention to your audience. Now, since we're in the online settings, I feel like a bit hard for me to keep an eye contact, because this is my screen, right? It's the where the camera is. It's like sometimes I I tend to focus on the screen to see myself, and then I'd ignore my audience. So it's just like how you see your audience is very important. So eye contact, especially when you're in on the offline setting, is very important. Make sure that you see all of your audiences, right, at the eye. Number 2 is gestures. So there's no way that you can talk to your audience like sitting like this, right? It's like in a very cozy while other people see you. So it's like you just need to keep good postures, especially when you're in offline setting. So make sure that your body is like upright and it's not leaning down, back and forth like that. That is distracting, right? So that is about postures and gestures. Next part is about 5 C's in public speaking. Not the 5 C's in the economy. This is 5 C's in public speaking. The first C will be confidence. You have to be able to spread that confidence to your audience. It's like you command the ship, right? It's like people will be will lose their faith in you if you're not confident. Like you need to own the stage. So when you're there, I control the stage. So it's like I am the captain. Number 2, you need to have credibility. So only what you know. So only share what you know with the audience. That is why if anyone asks me to talk about nuclear geophysics, I will say no matter how big the payment is, right? So I will say no. So I will stick to what I know. And then the next point is connection. Or in Toastmaster, we call it engagement with the audience. So you just need to have this connection. How? You need to check from time to whether your audience is actually understanding or whether they listen to you or not. Like you can ask, okay, for those of you in the back, can you hear my voice? Something like that. Or maybe you can throw jokes. If they're not laughing, it means they didn't get the joke or you're not that funny. So, and then number 3 is about content. Back to the materials. You only give what you know, what you understand. Don't you dare giving speech about things that you don't know. It's like it will be disastrous. And then the last but not least is creativity. Creativity means you need to engage with your audience in a way that makes your audience feel comfortable, in a way that makes your audience feel attracted to you. So you can tell stories, or you can probably add jokes or songs, whatever it takes to make your speech better and give an impact to your audience. Now, so the 5 C's in public speaking is confidence, credibility, connection, content, and creativity. Now, that is the main ideas that I want to share with you. So the difference between smart man and wise man is that a smart man knows what to say and a wise man knows whether or not to say it. And a Superman knows when to stop. Thank you very much. Back to you, Tom.
Okay, thank you, Rufi, for sharing that long speech. Wow, that's really amazing. You gave us so many information. One of the information is about non-verbal communication. So when we want to talk with someone and maybe the people don't understand, you can use the non-verbal communication. For example, like this, you may grab people attention. You may grab the audience attention. The audience may typing or chatting to each other. This Tom is crazy. He moved his back. What he's doing, or something like that. Or maybe the speaker is crazy, or something like that. But that's not a good thing. Yeah, we know when we give the non-verbal communication, it will help the audience to understand more. And speaking about the other thing, you also mentioned about the confidence and also preparation. I think when you come to Toastmaster, be prepared. You can have more healthy Toastmaster meeting because you can enjoy that. I think we can move to the second speaker. For the second speaker, we have Toastmaster Julianti. She will be evaluated by Toastmaster intern. The speech title, This and That. She will be doing the effective body language project. The purpose of the project is for the member to deliver a speech with awareness of intentional and unintentional body language. Okay, after listening to Ruthie, now she need to do this kind of project. Good luck, the second speaker, as well as to learn, practice, and refine how she uses nonverbal communication when delivering a speech. No much pressure. I wouldn't give you too much pressure, but I believe you can do it. Toastmaster Julianti, time 7 minutes. This and that, Toastmaster Julianti.
Thank you, our Tom. Good evening to all Toastmaster member and dear guests. Before I start my speech, I will invite all of us to join with me with a little bit small interactive quiz. Okay, so if you don't mind, you can everyone can turn the video on because we need your video on. Okay, this quiz called This and That Game. So I will offer you two following statements, and your job is to choose either for this, giving the gesture this, or if you agree more with the first statement, or giving me the gesture that, if you more agree with the second statement. Okay, is everyone here ready? Okay, the first question. The first question is still related with today longevity. Okay, which one do you prefer? Eating a healthy food, even though is it not taste good in our mouth? Give me that this or that statement. Or just eating the fast food because it's just need to call a Gojek. And then even though is it not really good for our health, our body, but yes, it does good for our soul maybe or our mouth. Give me that. So can I see here the hand? Okay, yeah. Okay, some hand giving that, but the other still giving this. And it may be the time to repent. Okay, the second one. Okay, which one do you prefer? Okay, wake up early in the morning. So giving me this, so you have a longer time to prepare before going to work. Or give me that. If you prefer to wake up a bit late, even though I need to be in hurry, give me that for that. Okay. Some of them give this. So here we can see which one is a morning person and a night person. Okay, the last one. Okay, if your employee or your assistant rumah tangga, maybe we call in Indonesia, making a mistake few times, give me this. If you think I will keep training her until she become expert, or give me that. Oh, I just want to hire another person to replace that position. Okay, which one? Okay, here you go. Here we know which one is a good boss, not a bad boss. Yeah, the other. Okay, okay, ladies and gentlemen, whether we like it or not, we realize it or not, in our daily life, we might make it 100 decisions, from the small one until the important one, from the minor one until a crucial one. And whatever it is quite important. Why? I remember with a story. Last year, I and my team have to make a crucial decision about one of our colleagues in our um, workplace. The consideration is either we have to train her more and more after she make mistake few times, or we just hiring other person, like our last question in the quiz. We just hiring other person for that kind of position. It's really a tough decision back then for me and my friend. But finally, we just think that she still deserve for that kind of position, and we can make it, help her to 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 make her better. So we end up with the decision that we give one more time for her. And now I am quite grateful with this kind of decision, because I see how she make a progress along the way, and even we have a good relationship, and also the communication going better and better along the way. So a wise man say, our decision today shape our tomorrow. Our decision today even shape our future. Hence, be careful with what our this and that decision that we make every day, because we have a chance to create our better future. Back to you, our Tom.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Julianti. Yeah, we will always have a choice. And I believe when you mention about that, it's also difficult choices for us, because everyone will consider maybe healthy food and delicious, not that kind of contrast decision. Thank you for delivering that speeches. And now I would like to ask the timer to give the report. Hello, timer. Can you give your report?
Yes, okay. For the report, Lufti Ahmad Jasuri, 18 minutes 6 seconds, and Julianti 6 minutes 1 second.
Okay,
Pandu, wait, sorry. Pandu would like to go, so let's take photo first.
Oh, okay.
Everyone, please turn on camera. Yeah.
Can you turn on your video?
Harjo as well. The last time we let you taking photo. So Amelia, Severin, Aldo, Suarjo, do you want to take photo with us? Okay. Severin, Aldo, last chance. 1, 2, 3. Okay, wait, hold it. That is it. Now, oh, wait, what is it? Okay, sorry. Didn't work. 1, 2, 3. All right, wait. And then the next one is pose. Let's pose as if we are really old. Like, how do we pose like we're old? It's hard, yeah? Like this?
That's impossible, because we are always young.
Oh, yeah, Ben did it really good. Yes, everyone can do it like Ben. Okay. Okay, let's check the photos. All right, excellent. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you for coming also, Pandu. I hope you enjoy today's meeting. And for the next time, I hope you can join for the whole meetings because you will get more than this. Okay, I think
Thank
that's
you.
all. Back to the agenda. The agenda is about group picture. We already done that. And now what? Do we have break?
No break. We don't
No
do break.
Because we have like 5 minutes group picture. I don't know how to do that.
Oh,
Just
no, it's
kidding.
fine.
You can do
And then,
selfie.
okay, we can go to the table topic session. Our table topic master for today is Toastmaster Benjamin Whitaker. I give the stats and time to you.
All right,
Time's
thank
yours.
you for wanting to. Really appreciate it. And my old face. It's pretty good when you can kind of move your skin around and make different faces. Right, Pippin? All right, so we're talking about longevity, right? Living a long time. So let me share my screen. Hold up, let's do this, and then we do this, and we go back. All right, so longevity, right? 8 factors into how we can live a super long time. Gender, genetics, access to healthcare, hygiene, diet, nutrition, exercise, lifestyle, and of course, crime rate. So these are the 8 factors that we're going to talk about today. So hopefully, how much time do we have to go through? How many, Pipit, you think, or timer?
7, 10.
Okay, so just let me know when we're done. All right, so
11
my
minutes.
first volunteer, a voluntold is going to be Toastmaster Amelia Ebrani. She's going to go with gender. I don't have a button to make it go to whatever I want. So it's going to go in order, make it easy. So gender. And women live longer than men all over the world. Lucky ladies. Maybe because guys get so tired of the ladies in our life that we just like want to just check out 5 years earlier. My grandma's 93. She's been living a long time without my grandpa. But before that, my great grandparents were they lived longer than their wives. I don't know, maybe they were crazy. Either way, Amelia, why, in your opinion, do women live longer than men?
Why women live longer than men? I think it's depends on the differences between men and women itself. In a lot of cases, men a lot of used to use their logic and rational thinking to face everything and solve every problem. So they use their brain a lot. Meanwhile, for the woman, like to approach things, use some sense of emotional feelings. So they try to make sense of every situations by their feeling, and somehow it brings something that is more soothing in the end. Like, you feel it with your heart and you take decisions with your heart, and you live happily with that, with all your emotions. So that probably can be one of the things with why women live longer than men. Another reason might be also women tend to, like, chat a lot. So I think it also helped out in pouring the emotions and problem and anything that women have in their mind. Meanwhile, men like to solve the problem first and then talk about it later. So they tend to, like, think about it by themselves and sort of like use all their emotion and brain and all of their energy to solve the problem. But it's quite the opposite for women. We like to talk, we like to share, we like to chat. We share with our female friends and then think about how to solve the problem later. So I guess that also brings sort of happiness, and probably it also help out in give us longevity compared to men. I guess so. Back to you, Ben.
Thank you so much. We also have this thing, as a social studies teacher, I teach many different topics, but we taught population structure, right? So one of the biggest things is that men, we are just stupid, right? That was the thing. We're dumb in a lot of ways. We do this thing called peacocking, where, you know, this idea of parkour. Let's go jump off a building to show that we're cool, right? Get in fights when we were younger. And then, you know, also war, right? Look at Ukraine and Russia right now. There's going to be a narrow population structure for men in their 20s to like 40 range here, which is a sad thing, but it happens, right? We're more violent in nature. But great job, Amelia. Well done. Yeah, you guys talk a lot more. Yes, I'm not going to argue that at all. You guys talk a lot.
You should not be jealous of that.
No.
You do too.
All right. Very well, very well, very well. Now, speaking of gender, let's flip the role a little bit and go to the male. Next one is Toastmaster Joe. And again, the next topic is genetics. Again, just because grandma lived a long time doesn't mean you will. Or will you, right? The idea is like, you could live a long time just because your family lives a long time. There's a lot of other things, but how long do you think you're going to live, Joe?
I always tell myself, as long as I have achieved or experienced whatever I want in my life, it doesn't matter actually. Because every time when I eat something, having good food, I really enjoy eating, right? So after I eat, people are saying, Joe, don't eat too much. No, that's not good for you. You'll be unhealthy. You will die if you eat like that. I was like, why would I live healthily, cannot enjoy all the good food, and live until like 100 years old? What's the point of living, right? I'm okay if I can live until 60 or 65 or 70, as long as I've enjoyed all the good things in life. It doesn't matter if you think so. And my grandma, grandpa, they live up to until 95, 97. My grandma's sister, she even lived until 102 years old. And then I told my mom, I don't want to live that long. Look at them. No, they live that long. And you know what my mom said? Hey, your grandma's sister, she smokes a pack of cigarette every day. I said, what, really? Yes. And it doesn't really matter, actually. I think it's genetics. I agree it's genetic. We can live longer, even though she smoked a pack of cigarette every day, and she still eat Indomie and a pack of cigarette daily, and managed to live 102 years old. My grandma, 95 something years old. My grandpa is also 90 something years old. And me, I said, oh, as long as I'm happy, I enjoy all the good food, all the things that I like to do, 75 is okay with me. I don't have to live long like them, as long as I can enjoy my life. Isn't it right, man? What do you think?
Awesome. Thank you, Toastmaster Joe. Yeah, like every time I see someone that they get interviewed, they're 100, 105, they're sitting there drinking shots of whiskey, smoking. Like Warren Buffett, now granted, he's a billionaire and has access to whatever healthcare he wants. The dude eats steak, drinks Coke, eats Dairy Queen, which in the US is like they have it here in Indonesia, as ice cream. The guy eats crappy food all the time, right? Genetics do play a part if you have access to all this other stuff. But yeah, I like to eat whatever I want. We'll see later. It's exercise probably. All right, well done. Next, way of longevity. Go to access to healthcare. So Toastmaster Darlene, you can have the best genetics in the world, but if you don't have access to healthcare, you still might not make it. Common cold, right? So is it difficult, or has it ever been difficult for you to go to the doctor when needed? Do you have good access to healthcare? Typical.
Okay. Hi, I'm in Mauritius. I have to say that healthcare is free. So even if you're poor, you're rich, the hospital is free for you to go. But the question is, do you want to go to the hospital at times? Because there's a long queue and people do not want to go there. They want to have like more privacy, so they go to the clinic. So in Mauritius, I have to say that we're very lucky that if you have money, you want to go to a more posh, you go to the clinic, or you have access to the hospital. You have free access to hospital. You don't have to pay. Medication is free. If you go to the private, of course, you have to pay. In no circumstances that I had no access to healthcare. So I think that it's very important to have access to healthcare to live longer. You know, I mean, like any sickness, cancer and everything, it can be followed up by doctors. But at the end of the day, having access to healthcare is not good enough if you don't take care of yourself. You know, you can fall sick, but the question is, do you want to go to see the doctor? Or am I scared to see the doctor? Do I want to take medicine? I think the question that we need to ask ourselves is, do we want to take care of ourselves? Because we can't expect other people to take care of us if we don't take care of ourselves. So having access, yes, we're very lucky in Mauritius, and I know in certain parts of the world they are not so lucky. But the first thing that more important access to health is, do we take care of ourselves? Over to you.
Awesome. Very good. Thank you, Toastmaster Darlene. Yeah, in the US, I realized when I went to the emergency room, you don't show that you're having any kind of illness, but you might be waiting a long time. And then one day I was playing basketball and this kid elbowed me right in the eye. So it cut my eye open and I went to the emergency room to get it checked out. They let me in right away. So here's the deal. If you want to get seen really quick in an emergency room, just bash your head open. They'll let you, head injuries are an easy way to see the doctor for anything else. It's okay. There's 23 stitches right here. Yeah, Mom, I see you shaking your head. Don't bash your eye in. Scars are not fun. All right, well done. Do I have time for one more? Yes? Okay, good. Severine.
You still have 5 minutes, so maybe.
Oh, 5 minutes. I got time for 2 more probably. All right, good. Oh yeah, Mauritius. You guys are so lucky. Another tropical island. Okay, Severine. The next thing for longevity, hygiene, right? Hygiene is important. Prevents infections and spread of germs, kind of like COVID. You wear a mask and you kind of don't sneeze on somebody. Anyways, this is a more humorous question. In school, there was always that smelly kid, which I kind of felt bad for. Bad hygiene. Probably didn't live in a very comfortable home. But as an adult, how do you handle being around the smelly person? If it's not, hopefully it's not you, right? That's the idea. If you're around like a transport or in the office, how do you handle being around the smelly person? It's probably Robin, by the way.
You would be surprised that I always have someone who is smelly around me. This is because I am a teacher and I am always around kids and around boys especially. Imagine having classes just after recess. I cannot really explain the smell inside the classroom. And sometimes, even when you enter the classroom when they are not here, you still have this smell. So how do? I have 20 students sometimes 40. I don't really know. I think I have just my nose has just adjusted to the smell, but it's still sometimes uncomfortable. Then I confess that sometimes I do work that I correct from the whiteboard to not let them come to my table for correction. But the one thing that I take care is that I do not make them feel uncomfortable, because that might destabilize our relationship between teacher and student. So I never raise up the point that, okay, you are smelly or there's something. But in my subject, there is a part about hygiene during adolescence. So I really take time to explain, to give tips so that they can use these in the future. So I believe that in some way I'm contributing into educating and facilitating their growing up. So I have no advice on how you can be around smelly people, but I believe the first thing would be respect. Okay, and the second thing maybe like to try, if you are going to see this person for a long time, there might be other ways that you could help this person, because I learned also that this could be due to a health reason. So over to you.
Excellent. Yeah, I can definitely understand that as a teacher also, and especially teaching high school kids when, puberty. Now, I was an athlete growing up, so I spent a lot of times in locker rooms. And of course, when my mom would walk by my bedroom, it smelled like a locker room. And now my wife has to deal with that also, right? So you could ask my wife the same question and she probably would say, I'm the smelly person. She said yes, so that's her problem. All right, I think I have time for one more. Everyone here has a role, but I'm going to go with our Zoom host and ballot counter. Seni, you're going to get the next and last one. But since we only have one time for one more left anyways, I'm going to let you pick. We can go with diet, nutrition, exercise, lifestyle, or crime rate. Which one do you want, Seni? 5, 6,
I'll
7.
go with the exercise.
Okay. All right. Exercise. So there's many different ways of exercise. Simple, easy question. What is your go-to active activity?
Thank you to the topic master, Mr. Ben. Well, there's one time that when I'm sitting in my room, in the living room, and I thought to myself, I'm so tired. And then I decide not to do anything. Doing nothing, just sit down and thinking of nothing. My thought was blown anywhere, no goal. But I cannot sit for long. It was just 5 minutes. Then I thought, no, it's not me. I don't want to do nothing. So my mind starts to be an active. What would I do next? So basically, I'm an active person. I eat a lot, even though I eat vegetarian, but I eat a lot still. I like to doing things, Toastmasters, and then working. I'm an active person, but then I also need to maintain my body. When I eat too much, well, I'm like the other normal girl. I can get fat. So yeah. So I actively do exercise. I commit twice a week. I go for it. And I think I have my longevity. I gain my longevity through exercise. Well, maybe you guys have ever heard one say, exercise makes you a long life and it makes you a young age. And that's true. And I think that I look young age, am I right? Well, that's my tip to be an active person. Thank you. Back to topic master.
Thank you, Seni, very much. Yeah, myself, as I get older, and my body is just destroyed. I played sports all my life, being in the military. I get up in the morning. I'm only 35, which really sucks. And my back hurts, my legs hurts, my hip hurts. And all the activity I like to do was play sports. Now I can't really play sports at the same level as I once wanted to. So I go to the gym and lift weights, which is boring. But I have to because today I had to judge a Toastmaster competition and I prepared for this and now I'm here. So going to the gym for 35 to 45 minutes a day. And I sat home and I ate cake. I ate some chips and salsa and I had some candy. That's what I ate for lunch today. Cake, chips and salsa and candy. A lot of sugar. So, you know, going back to what Joe said of eating a crappy diet, that's what I like to do. So I have to kind of balance it out by exercising and smelling bad, having poor hygiene, right? I'm probably going to die by 45. That's my idea, the way I'm going. Probably hope not. I got like 10 more years left. That'd be sucky. Anyways, let's get a timers report. It looks like we got a timers report. Thank you, Dion. That was quick, reading my mind. Longevity there, mind reader. Okay, that's all my time for table topics. Great job, everyone. Thank you for letting us understand what we can do to live a little bit longer, hopefully happier as well. No point in living a long time if you're going to be sad the whole time. All right, back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Table Topic Master Ben. And thank you also for the question. It makes us thinking. And actually, we also learn from the other table topic speakers. And now I think we need to move to the evaluation session. And we will have Toastmaster Pipit. I will give time to you.
Thank you so much for again smoothly introduce us to the next session, which is evaluation session. And then for this evaluation session, we have two evaluators. The first one will be Robin, and then the next one will be Intan. But before we go, I would like to ask Robin to turn on his camera and test his voice.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. Before you start though, do you want to share a tip on longevity? And then after that, I will reintroduce you.
Oh, okay. So my time doesn't start now, right?
No,
if
no,
I share about longevity. Okay. So for me, longevity is to be grateful. Be grateful for what you have, because you know a lot of times you are envious of someone else. You want to get more. I want this. I want that. I don't have this. Especially the part of I don't have. You always look at your friend or someone else who have more than you don't have. So instead of looking of what you don't have, look at what you have and be grateful for that. And I believe by doing that, then you'll be able to live longer. And when you live longer, you last longer. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now,
sounds like
you
table
may
topics.
go to your evaluation.
Okay, hold on. Give me a moment. I need to find, who is the timer? Here. Oops, sorry. Phone. Need to mute my phone first. Okay.
Robin, that's a long time to mute your phone.
Yeah, sorry. Okay. Being professional is just really clearly the way to go and helps you on the road to longevity. And that's what Amanda Sheffield said. Toastmaster Lufti has done this project on how to prepare to speak professionally. He gave us the tips on how to prepare ourselves to speak professionally in front of the audience. And what I like about his speech is he had a clear language. That's one. It was very engaging. It was very conversational. And when he talked to us, he was like, we want to listen to him and we want to engage with him as well. And how he engaged with us is that he was asking us in the chat by asking questions to us. And then we were able to connect with his topic as well. So and then the other thing that I like about him is about his speech is that he researched on a topic or what he wanted to talk about, because he had statistics on, he showed us how many percent of nonverbal communication, why nonverbal communicators are better than verbal communicators. He gave us a statistic on that. Now, what I believe you can improve on, Toastmaster Lufti, is on this. I noticed that you gave a lot of tips to us on giving us eye contact. That's number one. Then you gave us tips on posture. And then you gave us tips on dress properly. What I will recommend to you is one thing, is to walk the talk. Walk the talk. Can you hear me well? Walk the talk. Why? Because just as this project is to speak professionally, so walk the talk by looking at the camera. Yeah, there, right at the camera, and position yourself. How do you position yourself? Is to stand up and not sit. Because when you sit, right, it's like you're looking here and there and it's distracting. When you want to connect with your audience is to stand up so that people can see you more, like you're more visible, just as you do for your speeches in contests. And then after that, when you talk about dress properly, to look more professional. So work on that. What I noticed on your speech is it lacks structures as well and flow. So as this is longer speech, so work on the points. So you had a lot of points, so it sounded more like a lecture. So what I would say is to have a framework. Have a framework like the 4 Ps: plan, prepare, practice, and present. When you have a framework, people can follow your flow better and able to remember that. So as a conclusion, you had a very clear language, engage with the audience, and well-researched topic. To be more professional is to walk the talk and have a framework just like the 4P. It's a long speech, I understand. As this is a long speech, you got to last long. So I hope you can follow my recommendation and be a professional. Like I started, being professional is just really the way to go and helps you on a road to longevity. Over to you.
Thank you so much. I haven't heard that before. Being professional is your way to achieve longevity. Okay, I will put that as another tip from Robin. Yeah, right. So let's go to our next evaluator. But before she officially start her evaluation, do you want to share a tip about longevity in that?
Maybe like Sandy said, to regularly exercise and be happy. Just ignore what negative talks and do not get near with toxic people. Just be happy with yourself.
Okay, don't get close to toxic people. However, in that I have a different request just now. Can you test your voice again, because I could hear echo just now?
Yeah. I used to device because my connection. I already leave the
right.
phone. Okay, is that clear?
Yes, you are clear now. Time is yours.
Non-verbal communication speaks louder than verbal communication. That is the projects that Toastmaster Julianti performed today. Congratulations for successfully presenting your level 2, project 2, effective body language. And now I would like to share 2 things that I really like from your speech, Toastmaster Julianti. The first thing is you open the speech with a very engaging content with the audience. So other people will open with the questions or sing a song or say a quotation, but you make a game, this and that, and you also use your hand gesture really good, and also asking the audience to do that hand gesture. And also, second thing what I like about your speech is you add your personal story and also conclude the speech with a nice quote. Our decision today keep our tomorrow and our future. So be careful with this or that and decision. But I have two things that maybe will elevate your speech to improve your speech on the next time. There are two things. The first one is about using nonverbal communication, and second one is about your content of speech. The first thing is that because your project is nonverbal communication, so I suggest you to use more body language, just like Robin said, your movement, your posture, maybe you can stand up and we can see your movement of your arms, and by doing this or that, so you can really use your body language. And next one is about the paralanguage, because nonverbal communication also consists of something like your talking speed, your intonation, your volume. So maybe in the opening, you can have cheerful intonation, but in the main of your speech, when you say a sad story, you can slow down and also emphasize your message. And the third thing is about your facial expression. When you tell us the story about when you take the decision to end up your assistant and to hire with other person, I think that is a sad story. So you can show us a sad expression with using your eyebrows or your intonation. So it shows us that you're sad, but you're making the right decision. And next thing is about your content of speech. I think you spend more time on the opening and less elaborate on your personal story. So you can tell us more. How do you feel when you take that decision? Is there any regrets? And how do you make that decision? Do you make a notes, pros and cons note? And how do you suggest other people how we make the right decisions, a good or the right decision? And last one is to emphasize on your message. Thank you, Toastmaster Julianti, and we waiting for your speech in the next project. Over to you, Jimmy.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Intan, and also Robin earlier for delivering their evaluation. Now I'd like to invite the MPP, our timer, to report on the time. It's actually on the chat box, so I believe everyone is qualified to be voted, although it's very close to the tolerance time. Yeah, but congratulations. Yes. So later on, Seni, when you are ready with the poll, just let us know anytime. But in the meantime, I will call our.
I'm ready.
Oh, you ready? All right, great.
Yeah.
So let's launch the poll right now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I launched the poll. Yes, please send the love to your favorite speaker today.
Yes,
love,
yes.
love, love. Oh, I think being loved is one of the things that really can have longevity.
That's so rude. Go ahead, Jenny.
Being loved, feeling love can expand our longevity. That's why even though you're married or you're still single, love matters more. All right, 2% more. Okay, no more love. Okay, completed. Thank you. Back to Madam G.
Thank you so much. Let's end the poll. Then I would like to call our accountant to report on his finding.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you will see my screen. It's supposed to be now. Yes.
Yes.
Now you can see the screen, right? As an accountant, I already covered everything you have said during this meetings, and I have found several of you already mentioned several of this, and you can check it out because it is on your screen. Sani, you have made total for about 20 lexical and non-lexicals, and you said so as most in this meeting. Benjamin, you made most of this time about 8 times, and your total for all is 23. Zani made 20. Purwanto, you have made 26 for all of those, and you've mentioned so and about 2 times each, and you have made both all in lexical, non-lexical 6 times. And then we have Dian Vivi, you have made and then as the most at lexical, and then I cannot count at the non-lexical so far, so it is 5 for combine of them. Hayun, you've made 5 for total, and you have made now more meeting 3 times. I cannot count myself, I'm sorry. Robin, you've made total for 20 times, both lexical and non-lexicals, and you've made 5 times as the most. Intan Robin, the total you've made 17 times. It is is the most in this meeting. Lutfi Ahmad my best friend who live in Bandung, many things. I have count, so is the maximum you have used in the lexicals. However, in the part for non-lexical, you have made 20 times. So all combined lexical 30 times and non-lexical 30 times. And total of them 60. Well, taking care about it, bro. Julianti, you've made total 33 times. Which is okay, is the most for lexical and for non-lexical. You have made about 12 as a total, which is so for lexical, the most you use, and then for non-lexical, which is so you use more. And then Darlene, you've made total for 12. You have used so for lexical as the most, and then for non-lexical for the most. Suarjo, you have made so twice, which is very good. It seems that you made the lowest, or I made mistakes. Okay, Serene, you have made total for about 11, and you have used so as the most. So ladies and gentlemen, friends, fellow Toastmaster, you can see through my Excels that for lexicals, our meeting today tends to use so about 46 times. However, for the using in our meeting, it is counted 65 times. So that's why it is called counter, because seems to be the majority of any people using in this meeting. So the overall total for lexical and non-lexical for this meeting today is 254. I give the control back to RG. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Reda. That's very detailed. Actually, there's someone in the comment section who said you are probably a mathematician, but it's kind of close because Rendra is an engineer. So you need to know mathematics to be able to be an engineer, right? Okay. So I would like to call our next role taker, our grammarian, to report on his findings.
Thank you very much, Madam General Evaluator. Ladies and gentlemen, my first evaluation is going to be, I hope we all still can be friends. Okay, with that, ladies and gentlemen, let me start with my evaluations with our Toastmasters of the meeting, Toastmasters Purwanto. Now, I really like the quotes that you say in the first or in the beginning of the session, that you say that challenges like spicy food. It might be spicy in the beginning and sweet at the end. Now that's a very good one. And then another one that I would say a corrections that I would like to correct you most probably on the pronunciation part. 5 minutes of break supposed to be like that. 5 minutes of break, not a break. That's a different thing. A break and a brick. A brick for our house, a break for our body. Now, with that, moving on to our first speaker. He used the term glossophobia, and I really like it because I know glossophobia is a fear of public speaking. I just don't want to say it because I am listening to your speeches because I got a lot of, yours today. And then the only thing that the Ghost Rider can say is see me through the eyes. Only Ghost Rider can say that. But then again, nowadays, all public speakers can say that. Because why? Eyes is the window to the soul, right? And then I like your, I would say the short form of your 5C today, the confident, credibility, creativity, connection, and content. And last but not least, I love your Superman quote. Smart men know what to say. Wise men know whether to say it or not. Supermen know when to stop. That's a very great one. Now moving on to our second speakers, Toastmasters Julianti. A night person. I would call it as a night owl. It would be better, night owl, because a lot of us know it more as a night owls person. It's not wrong. You just know how to pronounce it or how to, indicate it better. Okay. And then another one, which is interesting for me. I was corrected here. I thought assistant rumah tangga is a wife. I thought, and I asked our Zoom host, is it assistant rumah tangga someone else or is it housewife? And she said to me, assistant rumah tangga is the maid. So you can say the maid instead of assistant rumah tangga. And housewife in Indonesia, for those who are non-Indonesian, I guess I am the only one, is going to be, wait, let me get back to you all later because that chat is already way long.
Istri.
Oh, it's that short.
Yeah.
Because there's no Zoom host. Say it a little bit longer, but never mind. Nonetheless, we're moving on to the second batch of my evaluations today. Wait. Okay, moving on to the other one of Julianti quotes. Be careful of the this and that of today. It might affect your tomorrow. Yeah, that's this is the one that I said. Puanto, your pronunciation of break, it sounds like today is break. It's supposed to be break. Okay. And then we have Amelia. You spoke the word of you say the word of the day for today correctly in your sentences. And one quote that I can make up from your response today: men solve first, talk later. Women share first, solve later. Okay. And then Suharjo, you are good to go today. You use a very, I would say, understandable English by everybody. You have nothing wrong in your sharing today. Darlene, you have a very good key takeaway messages, which is do we take care of ourselves? Do we take care of ourselves? So it's very good key takeaway messages. Severin, you are good to go. You don't have any mistakes for your sharing today. For Toastmaster Sani, you say the word of the day twice for today, and I don't see anything wrong as well in your sharing. And moving on to the next one, on our evaluation session, Toastmasters Robin Chan, you spoke twice on the word of the day for today. Be grateful with what you have. The first quote that I would like everyone to know as well. And then the second one is walk the talk. I also give same evaluation, and I feel like everybody need to do this as well. Because if you not walk the talk, don't walk at all, don't talk at all. All right. So, and then we're moving on to our evaluator number 2, Toastmasters Intan. I really like your evaluation, to be honest. I don't see anything wrong. All right. But what I could suggest you to become better, and this is what everybody can else do as well, which is to, lessen the usage of the word but and however. All right. In the book of Neuro-Linguistic Program for Business Success, it says that when you say the word but and however, all the things that you say in the beginning, people will tend to forget. So it's a failed businesses for everybody today. So it's going to be a failed evaluation for everybody today, right? I mean, like, I hope not, okay? The speakers, I hope you still keep in touch with your evaluators, okay? So what we can do today is to less or reduce the usage of the word but and however. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to say, and that's the reason why I hope we all still can be friends. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Of course, we will still all can be friends. And it was grammatically wrong just now, but okay, we're still friends. Thank you so much, Kayum, for your report, and also earlier Rendra for also his report. Now let's go to my general evaluation. I'll try to make it really short. So our SAA, just like last time, please prepare the video first before we start, especially she already logged in 20 minutes before everyone else, which is very amazing, right? But during this 20 minutes, maybe you can try share screen first, and then someone who was already there can testify whether it works or not, right? Because I saw it took 3 minutes earlier to start the video. Actually, that's even longer than the video itself. So we need to be more aware of that. But I also appreciate you helping our timer today, because I will also talk about the timer. Timer was trying to be Timer improvised with what she has that time, because she could not change her background, so she used origami cards or paper, right? But sometimes it looks a little bit dark, so it's hard to differentiate between green and yellow. But our Zoom host Sunny had an initiative to actually put it on the chat box. That is now yellow. That is now it's now red and things like that. So that's a really good what is it called? Teamwork, I would say. And then also our Tom, he was a little bit startled when he was asked to explain the objective of the speech by Lufti, but actually it wasn't Purwanto's fault. Why? Because Lufti did not give Purwanto his evaluation. So he actually shared it in the EXCO group, right? So actually, although it was a little bit, we made him sweaty with all of our spices, but it wasn't Purwanto's fault. The next one, our accountant was very clear in his explanation, and also very in detail. He even highlighted which one is the most common mistakes and things like that. My feedback would be, you don't need to mention one by one per person how many, what's their number, because we are sure when you share your screen, everybody will look at their own number. Okay, sometimes they don't even care about other people's number, so they will know exactly how many so, and things like that. But it's great for you that you try to highlight the trends. Yeah, so you highlight the trend. What is the most common disturbing sounds? What is the most common lexical mistakes and things like that? Yeah, so it's focused on the trends rather than on the detailed information. And the next one is grammarian, clear explanation, even count the word of the days. We don't usually do this in Bhinneka because, you know, it's like on top of a grammarian's job that is originally given to them, but you also give a bonus given us the count for word of the day as well. Great job. And also, oh yeah, I forgot the timer. When you use origami, I think it would be also tiring for you. Because if you can imagine, Mufti's speech was 18 until 22 minutes. And we were lucky because he stopped at 18. If you stop at 22, you will have to do this for 4 minutes. Right? Yeah. So I was like, okay, good then. Lufti knows when to stop. So Dian doesn't have to do this for 4 minutes. Yeah. But imagine if that happened, then it would be tiring for you. So maybe that's another consideration. And Lufti and Julianti, both of you have titles that did not conjure up any image of what you're going to talk about. Right? I do know what to expect when I heard it the first time. What I know now. I think, right? What I know now. And then the next one, this and that. It's too general. It doesn't create an expectation about what am I going to listen? What am I going to learn from the speech, something like that. So try to create a title that can also build an expectation for your audience. Yeah. And I think a lot of times, both of you had opportunities to explore your body language, particularly when both of you talk about body language as well in public speaking, right? So there were a lot of chances when you could have explored more with the body language. Yeah. Just like what Purwanta said, just suddenly move away from the screen and people were questioning, oh, what happened? What happened? Why suddenly move away from the screen? Something like that. So try to make use of those chances. Table Topic Master did a really good job, very informative, and not only asking questions, but also giving information. The questions were very inviting. I actually did not see any speakers who got stuck with the answers. Yeah? Sometimes when there are speakers, table topic speakers who got stuck with the answers, sometimes it's not their fault. Probably the question wasn't inviting enough. But I did not see it today. You see, almost everyone speak almost 2 minutes, if not more. Right? So I think the questions were very inviting and also invited them to talk about their own experience and share it with others, basically. So that's the best type of questions. And for the table topic speakers, it's great that you reflected from your own experience and also make the message universal. Although you're the one who experienced it, it was your grandma, it was your wife, it was your blah, 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 your friend, but you were able to make the message universal. So I think that is it for today. And the next one will be Seni. So Seni will have a job to share the result of the poll. Let's go to Seni.
Yes, I'm ready with the certificate. So I think we invite the Toastmaster of the meeting to announce it.
Oh, yes, sorry. Go ahead. Oh, I have a request, Rendra. Can you please snapshot the winner? Because my screen is not high resolution. So I noticed the photo wasn't good. So please snapshot, yeah? Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so we will go for our the best table topic speaker. For the best table topic speaker is Toastmaster Amelia. Oh, it's faster than my announcement. Amelia,
Okay,
please turn on your video.
And I will spotlight her. Right, so Rendra, are you ready? Let us know when you're done. Rendra? Hey, Rendra, can you unmute?
Sorry. Okay. I took the
Amelia is
I will repeat. I will repeat.
Okay, let's go. Make her speaker view, yeah, speaker view.
Again. Again, Amelia, your beautiful face, please give me. Come on. Okay, yeah, that is beautiful. It is, yes. Okay, I have supposed to excall. It's supposed to be roll taker, right?
No. Let's go to Purwanta again.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rendra. Actually, Amelia is posing for 1 minute.
Okay,
sorry for that.
I'm done.
The second, for the best evaluator is Toastmaster Robin already. Oh my God, it's faster than my announcement. Robin.
Okay, Robin. All right, Rendra, I have
I'm
a tip.
here.
Okay, Robin. Okay.
Rendra, drag the photo so it will be 50-50 with the certificate.
Excuse me, what?
Drag the person's video to the middle so it will be 50-50.
Oh, I know something like this.
It also.
Okay.
Like
I'm supposed to be doing like this to Amelia, right? Okay.
Yeah, we'll show it Amelia again later.
I got Amelia already.
Continue.
Right.
Again. Okay, cool. I did it for
Robin.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, let's go. Next.
Okay, and then we move to our best prepared speaker. Our best prepared speaker is Toastmaster Rufi. Okay. Okay, picture.
Going there, bro.
Miss Wrong.
It doesn't come out on my screen.
I
Everyone
only
can
see
see.
the black screen.
Yeah, it's
Where,
says.
where you Lutfi?
Well, it's
And
okay. It's
beside
okay.
Lutfi,
Let's do
I
it
think
like the
it's his
last time.
connection.
Yeah, let's do it like the last time. So let's use someone else. Oh, there he is.
Oh,
Let's try this. Let me know when you're
I
done.
did.
Brenda.
Yeah, I did.
Okay,
got
thank
it.
you. Do you want to
Yeah.
go back to Amelia?
Yeah, repeat Amelia.
Okay.
Sorry, Amelia.
Repeat Amelia.
Amelia, repeat again, Amelia.
Come on, Amelia. Come on, you are
Don't
so
be shy, don't
beautiful.
be
So that's why
angry.
we would like to take photos again and again. You have to realize that. That's one of the most amazing moments that I'm taking photo of
You have
yours.
to pay for this.
Again, repeat. Okay, 1, 2, 3. That's cool. It is cool. It is. Done.
Okay, thank you. I think that's all from me about the announcement, and we can move to, I will give control back to the president to adjourn the meeting.
All right. Thank you, Perwantu, and thank you so much for stepping in as a guest, Tom. Well done. I want to hear from some of our guests. We have 6 minutes left on our time. That means we're going to finish early. It's awesome. So one of our guest speakers, I want to hear how she thought about our club environment and coming over. Julianti, tell us a little bit about your experience.
Hi. For me personally, it's really feel warm welcome, and also like bring a lot of color, because maybe like the name is Bhinneka, come from another part of this country, even nation. That's was cool. And also it was excellent. The beginning of the video, I just amazed at the how this club introduced to, especially for the new member, for all the roles. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Where are you from, by the way, Julianti? And what club are you? What's your home club?
Ultimate Jakarta Club.
All right. Awesome. So when do you guys meet? So you can kind of let us know so we can visit you.
Yeah, Tuesday, first and third week on 7th. So please come in.
Thank you so much. And please come again. That'll be awesome. All right.
Yeah.
Our grammarian, our guest grammarian, he's done this before. Tell us a little bit about something. What club is your club again? Let us know. How was your time?
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Ladies and gentlemen, I am from Toyhan Toastmasters Club, and which is in District 87 and only in different places. I mean, I am checking in from Malaysia. So what do I feel about this club? Actually, Bhinneka Online Toastmasters Club have one spot that I would say very special in my heart. Because why? The family bond that I have. Because just now, if you guys listen carefully or you guys give attention more as a grammarian, Benjamin Whittaker did something and Pipit Andriani directly, say something about it. And I really like that because that's what family do. We directly correct everybody. And I really like that kind of environment because we don't play, sugar-coated things. We don't say, oh, it's okay to do that, it's okay, can do always, next time. But who cares? That's what Toastmasters are for. We have fun, we do mistakes and we correct each other. And that's what I like in Bhinneka Toastmasters Online. And ladies and gentlemen, I am here as an emergency grammarian, not even, being asked in the first place. And I would say yes for it anytime, anywhere. Back to you, President.
Awesome. Thank you. You replaced me. I was going to do 2 roles, table topics and grammarian. I don't care. I've gone to clubs where we only have 6 people. I'll do all the roles. We're going to meet. All right. If you build it, they will come. And thank you for coming. And yes, Pippin always calls me out. It's nothing new. It's always how it works. She's kind of like my boss in a way. And our Toastmaster Joe, are you able to speak? What club is your home club? How did you like coming?
My home club.
My home club is Polonia, Medan Advance, and Delhi Toastmaster, all in Medan. I'm coming from Medan to visit Bhinneka. I love the meeting. That's why I came visited very quite often, isn't it? I think this is my third time coming to your meeting now for this past month, and I always like it. Like the hey, by the way, is my connection is okay?
Yes,
Yeah. You have a little kid feedback.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
I know. Yeah. My room is very noisy now with my kids and my wife screaming, yelling, everybody. So anyway, yeah. Anyway, I love to visit again next time. I like to listen to your.
All right, thanks, Joe. All right, Amelia, Table Topics Wiener. Tell us why you keep on clicking on a Sunday and coming back just to destroy everyone in Table Topics. Gotta be other reasons why.
Yeah, it's been nice to come to Bhinneka again. It's always a vibrant club, nice meeting with a lot of vibrant people as well. So every time I have time, I like to drop by and see how it goes.
And
Thank
your
you,
home-
by the way. Great
home
club.
Your home club?
I am from Hand Toastmaster Club, Surabaya, meeting every Monday.
The Hand Club.
Yeah, the Hand Club.
Excellent. Super. All right. And our fantastic Tom. What is your role again? Area director also? Is that true? Or something director? What is for what? What do you do? What is your major title? I forget.
DVD.
My major
He's a
title, I don't know.
DVD.
President of Singapore.
No.
DVD.
Okay,
Governor
I
of
said
East Java.
DVD, not Prof Guru. Because people more know me about the Prof Guru than the DVD. Yeah, I'm as a DVD.
What guru?
Love Guru.
Love guru?
When
Oh
I
my
visit
goodness.
club in I don't know, maybe like Medan or something like that, they call me that. What are you doing? Something like that.
Push, you look like Rohani, but actually Rohalis.
All right. What is your home club and how did you like
home? Eagle Toastmaster Club with same as DTM Pipit. So DTM Pipit, she loves Toastmaster so much. So she is a member of Bhinneka and also Eagle. And if you love so much, you can take like double membership or more than that. But actually, you will get more benefit, especially for the prepared speeches and what like that. Speaking about Eagle Toastmaster Club, we will have the meeting every second and fourth week of Thursday. And I think we will have the meeting next week. On the wait, let me check the calendar. Every day for me is like Toastmaster. I forget. 10 March.
All right.
Okay.
Super. Thank you. That's it. Roll takers. Awesome. Counter. GE. Great job. Evaluators. And Zoom ballot counter. Great job. Timer. Fantastic. And speakers. Great job. That's everybody, right? Meeting's adjourned. Only 1 minute late. Well done. See you guys in 2 weeks. Please come back if you're a guest. Bye-bye. Have a good weekend.
Bye. See you
Good
next
week.
2 weeks.
Thank you.